What if the person who warned everyone for years turned out to be right? What if an ex-husband desperately pleaded with the mother of his children to walk away from a dangerous relationship, only to watch his worst nightmare become reality? Now, following the shocking murder of influencer Sara Gilson, her former husband has broken his silence, revealing disturbing details about the man he says he feared from the very beginning. According to an exclusive interview with People, Sara Gilson's ex-husband, Lyle Landers, says he spent years trying to convince her to leave her estranged husband, Jeremiah Sean Duffy. Landers made one thing painfully clear. Sean had been a risk for her since they got together. He says that warning never changed, and according to him, neither did his concern. Landers says he repeatedly begged Sara to leave, believing tragedy was only a matter of time. He told People she had been stuck in a relationship where domestic abuse seemed okay. Then he made an even more heartbreaking revelation. I had begged her for 5 years to get away from him. I had offered to help her in any way I could to get away from him, but he seemed to have some sort of control over her, and she couldn't seem to get away. Those words carry even more weight today, because on July 23rd, authorities say Sara Gilson was shot inside her Oklahoma home. Police say Sean Duffy later fatally shot himself, shocking friends, followers, and the local community. But according to Landers, the warning signs had been building long before that tragic day. Just weeks earlier, Sara had publicly accused Duffy of being a pedophile. Then another disturbing allegation surfaced. According to court documents cited by People, on June 10th, a woman sought a protective order on behalf of her 15-year-old daughter. The teenager was reportedly on a youth basketball team coached by Duffy. The filing alleged that he kissed and touched the girl, sent her messages, invited her to his hotel room during a tournament trip, and even offered her money to keep her quiet. It is important to note that these are allegations contained in court documents, and criminal proceedings regarding those claims were interrupted by Duffy's death. As investigators pieced together the final days before the shooting, Landers says he couldn't stop thinking about all the warnings he believed had gone unheard. For him, the tragedy wasn't just the loss of someone he once loved, it was the loss of the mother of his children. Even after everything that had happened between them, Landers says he never stopped respecting Sara. In fact, he says the two had built something many separated couples struggle to achieve, a healthy friendship. According to Landers, the couple divorced about 7 years ago, but over time they found a way to put their differences aside for the sake of their 2 children. He explained, "It had been the best thing in the world for our kids, but also for us. We co-parent as well as anyone, and it has shown in our kids." Landers says their relationship had become one built on mutual respect and shared parenting, making Sara's death almost impossible to process. He remembered her not only as his former wife, but as someone who dedicated every part of her life to their children. She loved People immensely and without judgment. Her greatest achievement in life, though, was in our 2 babies. He also recalled how Sara worried she would not be a good mother before having children, only to become, in his words, a great mom who always went above and beyond to make sure her children knew they were loved. Landers believes that the very thing Sara loved most ultimately placed her in danger. Speaking about the tragedy, he said, "She was a wonderful mother and would die for her children. In fact, her trying to protect children is what ultimately led to her death." That heartbreaking belief has now become part of a much larger conversation surrounding the case. Meanwhile, friends and loved ones have launched a GoFundMe campaign to support Sara and Landers' 2 children. The campaign describes her as a devoted mother who worked tirelessly to give them the best possible life, saying, "Sara was an incredible mom. Her children were the center of her world, and everything she did was for them. She loved them fiercely, worked hard to provide for them, and dreamed of giving them the best life possible." It continues, "We are creating this GoFundMe to help support Sara's children as they navigate the difficult days, months, and years ahead." Landers also paid tribute to Sara in a heartfelt Facebook post, writing, Sara was a fun, life-of-the-party girl who loved her kids fiercely and would fight to the death for them. He added, "We did our best to always keep things comfortable and the same for our children, even though we weren't together anymore." And perhaps the one word that captures the pain of this tragedy more than anything else: unfathomable. As investigators continue piecing together the events leading up to Sara's death, the story remains one of heartbreak, unanswered questions, and devastating loss. While many details surrounding the case have emerged through police statements, court documents, and interviews with those closest to her, authorities continue to investigate the circumstances surrounding the shooting. At the center of it all are two children who have lost their mother, and a family now left to rebuild after an unimaginable tragedy.